welcome into the stream. It is Monday, Groundhog's Day, February 2nd. Little afternoon stream. We're going to be looking at some player props for the NBA. Only 3 games going on this evening. Pretty solid slate of NHL games. A little bit of college basketball as well. We're also going to be looking forward to this upcoming weekend. There's this football game that they're playing that's kind of a big deal. We'll look at that. We'll also look at football. Take a look at that as well. So a lot to kind of dive into. I'm just pulling up the DFS filter right now to look at PrizePicks, to look at Underdog, Better, DraftKings Pick 6, Dabble. See what we have over there. Maybe I'll start book by book, kind of going from there. But for the next hour, we're going to be placing some arbitrage, positive EV bets. Starting off with DFS, like I said, having a good time. And making sure that we're taking advantage of the discounts that we have going on. We got some going on Better. We'll take a look at Pick 6 to see what's cooking over there. But appreciate you guys tuning in. And like I said, with only 3 NBA games tonight, we just had one conclude with the Pelicans and the Hornets. A little weird Monday afternoon game, but we're going to try to look to cook up a PrizePicks slip. But we're not going to force it. If it's not there, we're not going to force it. So Kawhi under on his PRA, 36.5. D-Vigging the Pinnacle. For a 3-pick slip, this looks okay. Small edge. For a 5 or 6 pick slip, this looks pretty solid. Though I will say FanDuel's at -112, which is not something I like. But we'll take a look to see if there's some line movement here from Pinnacle. Not really. And actually, well, there was about an hour ago. I should pause there. There was. But there's actually been a lot of recent line movement here from FanDuel in the opposite direction. So this is a play that I don't want to go after. I want to avoid this and not get after it at all. Jake DeBrusk, he's just a little too low for me. So we'll take a look D-Vigging to FanDuel to see what's up. Again, we might not have much going on for PrizePicks. Yeah, one result right now. Ty Jerome, though, over on his points. Pinnacle's a -135. Both books, though, are moving in a similar direction, which is something I like to see. So definitely would have put Ty Jerome in consideration. He would be, one of our legs on the slip. But right now we need at least 2 more, and that's kind of the problem. So let's go over to the Sharp Money tool, and let's take a look at some player props for today, and let's look at PrizePicks and see what we have. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Welcome you in. Hopefully you're having a strong Monday. If you're on the East Coast or somewhere in the Midwest, hopefully you're staying warm and cozy. Jock Landell over on his assist. T-Wolves and the Grizz. Don't really have too many sharp sports books that are offering their opinion, but from the consensus of the rest of the other dudes and guys in terms of the books, getting this at PrizePicks at -122 looks really solid. DraftKings is at -163. Even the soft, easy book like MGM and Fanatics is at -130. So the fact that we could get this on a 5 or 6 pick slip at -119 or -122, depending on what type of slip that you like to play, I can get down with Jock Landell. Also, the over on his assists, right? Taking Ty Jerome, they're on the same team, over on his points, could have a little positive correlation, just a little bit there. So I always look for those to see if maybe PrizePicks will still give us that 6x payout. And so obviously now we can't grab the Vince Williams play for Memphis because we can't have 3 picks of all the same dudes on the same team. Can't do that. So let's see if we can find something on maybe Bookmaker or Circa, something. If I switch this over to Power, we'll definitely probably have a few more results. The DeBrusk play gets a bit better. Okay. If I look at FanDuel, do we have anything else? Anthony Edwards. Now, we could bet on Ant because he's on the other side, under 5.5 rebounds. Slim edge on a 3-pick slip. Not the best play here. But I'm not totally against taking the under on Anthony Edwards on his rebounds. So let's see what we got here. All right. This is a 6x payout, which I kind of like this because of what we're getting over here. So, all right, cool. I'm going to share this with you guys. Cook this one up here, and I'll share it. Again, the Ian Edwards play's not the best, but I'm all right with it. And let me share this link right here. Irish, what's going on? Wilbo, evening to you. Gents, how are we? All right, so there's the 3-pick slip on PrizePicks, which I can get down with. All right, let's take a look at Underdog. Do we have anything a little bit better on Underdog? Again, when you're using Power, guys, you're going to see that the EV edge is slightly inflated. For worst case, it's the most conservative, so probably somewhere between power and worst cases where the actual odds are. But we can kind of mess around with it. It really just depends on what you like. I'm fine with either, but just want to make sure you guys are aware of kind of what's going on with both of those. So Kawhi over on his points and rebounds compared to FanDuel here. This is a slam dunk. And we got a lot of recent line movement here from FanDuel. So this is a play that I definitely like for Kawhi. So let me go ahead and grab this. We'll add this as our first play of the slip. Points, rebounds. And of course, this bumped because I'm looking now at 31.5. So that, shout out to Underdog. Really good play that just bumped. Ty under on his threes. We just bet his over on his points. Under on his threes, though. This looks decent. Again, nice movement from FanDuel. I understand we just bet his over on his points, his under on his threes. There is a world where maybe he hits a three-pointer, gets a couple of other baskets. I understand it might not be something you want to go after, but I'm willing to play both sides of this because really, guys, if we're playing two different slips, we could hit, all we got to do is hit one. We're making pretty good money. So that's kind of the idea behind it. So we'll take the under on his threes. I'm all right with doing that. Naturally, if he does hit his over on his points, it's probably a high probability he hits his over on his threes. But again, I'm not going to anchor myself to the fact that he has a good shooting night. If he has a bad shooting night, then we're in a really good spot there with his under. Speaking of his buddy Jock, we could possibly do this as well. Again, a little lower edge. Let's see what we got over here at Pinnacle. DeBrusque here is a little bit better on this because it's minus 116 odds. Again, basically a low zero edge play, which you could do a lot worse with on DeBrusque. I really lean on Pinnacle a little bit more as a sharper book for NHL. A long time ago, yesterday this dropped a ton, or early this morning. Not much movement here. A little bit of movement, 2 cents, not much. So this is like, it's okay. Let's go back to the sharp money tool and let's fire up Underdog. See what we have going on. Today's one of those days, guys. It's a lighter slate across the board, unless it's hockey. Embiid over on his points and assists. It's not. This is very low liquidity. I'm not very excited about this, so no, I don't really care about this Embiid play. We might not have something to cook up for Underdog, according to the OddsJam tool. Now, I can always go over and take a look at the Larry model to see if we can maybe fill in a pick or two to fill out this slip. I'm always looking at that. All right, so these are going to be for like early in the morning, but we can try to see if I can find something here. And all right. So again, guys, just, trying to find something so that we can get this together because I don't really like what I see from the OddsJam model. But we can kind of take this Ty Jerome play, and I'll throw this over here on a 3-pick slip, guys. If you want to check this out, a couple of picks here from the Juice Bet Larry model. So there's a 3-pick slip over there on Underdog. We combined the Ty Jerome under on his threes with a couple of esports plays, courtesy of Juice Bets. Love those guys over there. Edge Zone, Juice Bets, my 2 favorite Discords. Really the only 2 Discords I used. I've tried a lot of Discords throughout the last couple of years. Those are the 2 that I'm always hanging with and I find a lot of success with. If anyone's using Edge Zone, they got off to a hot start today on their NBA player props, 2-0. So shout out to the Edge Zone because they're on fire right now with their NBA player props and a nice little start today on that Pelicans-Hornets game. All right, let's take a look at Better. See if we can find something. I already used and shared the Embiid discount, but I believe there's a Tyrese Maxey discount that we can hit up over there. So let's take a look and see what we have here. And again, guys, as always with OddsJam, if you want to try this software out, whether it's the EV tool, the arbitrage tool, the sharp money tool, the sportsbook screen, low holds, whatever the case is, the promo converter, use code Billy35. You'll receive a 1-week free trial and then 35% off your first month after that 1-week trial ends. Jaren Jackson under on his points. Pinnacle likes it. FanDuel likes it, just not as much. Let's see, though, if we got some line movement. I want to see line movement. Hey, ask and you shall receive. Thank you, Pinnacle. Nice line movement here on Jaren Jackson under on his points. So we're going to take advantage of this Maxey points and assists. It's literally a free square on Maxey. He just has to score 1 point or get 1 assist. So free square on Maxey. We love that. It's better than the discount. And then let's hit up Jaren Jackson. Under on his points. Cool. And then what else we got? DeBrusque is back here again. Okay, let's go over to FanDuel. I've been staring at this DeBrusque play for a long time. Jaden McDaniels under on his rebounds. FanDuel minus 146, and they haven't moved, but I'm okay with it. Right? We could do Coward under on his points and rebounds. Maybe not. But let's go with Jaden McDaniels. Same game. And they just removed the Jaden McDaniels play. That's why I kind of went and did that. DiVincenzo under on his boards. Can we hit this up? Yeah, okay, we could. It's a 3% edge to FanDuel. We can't hit this play up. Şengün on his points. Let's take a look at FanDuel and Pinnacle and see what's up. Not much. Not much. So we'll go with DiVincenzo under on his rebounds. All right, this is the Maxi Free Square. $10 max wager, guys. Perfect entry. Need all 3 picks to hit. We're going to hit one of them. So we just need to hit 2 of these, which is great. I'll share this with you guys. Here is the link to that better slip. So PrizePicks, underdog, and better slip. We try to go around the horn on these on the stream, hitting up the various different DFS books that obviously I have access to out here in Arizona. And I will say, Arizona has a nice menu of DFS books available between PrizePicks, underdog, better, parlay play. Now Dabble's added into the mix. We got DraftKings Pick 6. It's a healthy menu in terms of DFS books. Can't forget parlay play if I didn't say that. I'm kind of feeling myself today. I'm finally so far in the green. Hit a nice slip on parlay play. Hit 2 out of 3 so far on the day for positive EV betting. I mean, I'm probably going to jinx it, but we might have my first winning day in like 30 years, which would be insane. It would be really good for the old morale. Let's take a look at the sharp money tool to see, first off, what's cooking with better, and then we'll take a look at like parlay play and dabble. All right, so for better here, Rudy to get over 9.5 points. Someone has this at $1,700 at minus 130 odds. Someone wants this at minus 131 odds. Kind of a penny jumper here for $300. But again, really good price on better. Honestly, if you guys want to take out the DiVincenzo play, take Rudy. This is a really good price over on better on the over 9.5. If you haven't used your Joel Embiid discount, use that with Gobert. And then let's take a look at Siakam. Not a lot of liquidity here. The price, I mean, it's not bad to FanDuel, not very good to Pinnacle. Yeah, Irish, I know all about that, man. First quarters have just been very cold. Didn't hit the over there. They missed it by 5 points. You know, you give that over to us at over 53.5 and it still loses 5 points off. So, yeah, I know all about that, man. But luckily, we've got plenty of plays on the card tonight that we can still power through. So the Gobert play I really like. And then if you wanted to, you know, Jaren Jackson, we talked about under on his points. And that looks like that might have bumped. Okay. I don't really care for any of these plays for Pinnacle. But for FanDuel, Nembhard, these are lower. This is a very low edge play here for Şengün and Nembhard. But I can get behind this Nembhard play. You know, a little here, a little there. That's fine. Okay, let's take a look at parlay play and dabble. So, anything? We got 2 results. Both dabble plays. Julius Randle under on his points. Honestly, this is a very good play. Not many books have this set at 23.5. Let me take a look at where's the event page? Let's open this up in a new page. Where is it for Randall here? That's what I want to know. So yeah, his line is at like 21. FanDuel's at 22.5. To get this under 23.5 at that price, guys, that's a very, very good play. So I'm in on Randall. No doubt about that. Jay Huff under on his blocks. Nobody's offering this except the soft books. So, yeah. I could get in on Jay Huff as well. Definitely do that. So let me fire up Dabble because I already have 2 plays now that I really like. And again, guys, I have to use the mobile phone. Not available on the desktop. Follow me at Billy C if you want to check out tail any of the plays. So let's go with Randall on his points. They already bumped Randall. Of course they did. Might still be able to get something going with Mr. Huff. Just looking for blocks. There we go. All right, so Huff under on his blocks. There's one. Let's go to the EV tool now, and let's fire up some dabble. Okay, Quentin Grimes under on his points. This is a 2% edge play. Anything under minus 127 odds is solid, so this is very good for dabble. Looking at the Sixers and the Clippers. Grimes under on his points. Okay. That's DVigging to FanDuel. How about Pinnacle? One result. Randall under on rebounds. It's okay. It's a super, super slim edge. Can we get anything for Bookmaker? Circa? Nothing, man. FanDuel's popping up a little bit more now. Ty Jerome over on points. Kawhi under on assists. I got a little bit of exposure already on Ty Jerome, guys, so I'm kind of cool with just taking Kawhi under on assists. All right, 3-pick slip. All unders. I just posted it, guys. Follow me on Dabble at Billy C, and you can just go ahead and copy that slip right there. And we're in on a 3-pick slip. Again, if you want to take the Ty Jerome over on his points, that's fine. But because I already created a slip with Ty Jerome on his points and his threes, I didn't want to add more to it. So I want to diversify my risk a little bit. Right? Bigger risk, bigger reward. Ty Jerome goes out, scores 15 points. Oh, man, we're having a great time. But if he doesn't, then I'm kind of a sad puppy. So I'd rather just grab the Kawhi play and kind of diversify it. I like to add players, the same player on 2 slips max. Every now and then you'll catch me doing 3 slips, but for the most part, it's just 2. Let's see if parlay play has anything at all, and then we'll jump into pick 6. And then we'll get into some arbitrage and NHL goal scorers and whatnot. DiVincenzo, okay, kind of small. Not much going on there with FanDuel. Pinnacle, we have 5 results. Naz Reid, Philip Forsberg, and then this Jarris Walker play, DiVincenzo's all kind of low. Naz Reid, though, not bad. With the 3s. Forsberg, I can get down with that. But for the sharp money tool, it doesn't seem like we have anything for parlay play. No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I'm kind of grasping at straws here. If I can find a 3rd play, then I'm in. Nothing for Bookmaker. 1 result for Circa. It's Forsberg. So, okay. Circa and Pinnacle agree on that play. That's nice. DiVincenzo over on assists. That's terrible to FanDuel. Terrible. Unless Pinnacle moved. No, FanDuel's moving. I don't like that. So I don't know if I have much here for parlay play, guys. Let's look at this Jarris Walker play on his points. It's not good to FanDuel at all. Now, to be fair, Pinnacle's moving a little bit. They started at minus 117. They're at minus 125. FanDuel moved up. So I don't really like this play, so I'm not going to force it, guys. I do like this Forsberg play. I like the Naz Reid play, but I don't really maybe have enough for that. What's going on, Saints fan? How are you, my friend? So let's take a look at DraftKings pick 6. And so for those of you that kind of want to tune into streams, pretty much the first 20 minutes of the stream is me going through DFS. So if you're not a DFS player, I would say chill. Come hang out after the 25 minute mark. If you're really only here for DFS, then you want to make sure you're here right at the start. I always start the streams off with DFS. Try to make things a little bit more predictable. 1 result on FanDuel. Don't really care about that. And that's kind of how I like to structure the streams here, guys, just so you know what you're in for. No surprises. 1 play here on Siakam. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. And even if there's a boost on DraftKings pick 6, guys, I'm not looking to try to force this together. I'm just going to either wait or I'm just not going to play it. There'll be more NBA games tomorrow. We'll have more opportunities. Okay. For my arbitrage people, let's refresh the page. Again, let's look at what I have set up right now. I have the next 7 days. If you want to focus on today, totally get it. I don't bet alternate markets in terms of arbitrage betting. It's a market, guys. Most of these alt markets, unless it's like NFL or NBA first half spreads, they're markets that no one really bets on. They're markets that there's not a lot of liquidity. And if you're going over to Bet365 and you're betting on the Clippers game tonight and you're betting on the third quarter total points right now on the Clippers game, no one is betting those markets. No casual sports bettor is. So it's really easy for a Bet365, Fanatics, and Hard Rock to see, like, dude, this guy's betting the fourth quarter point spread on this Clippers game tonight when it hasn't even started. No one's doing that, right? The books don't know if you're arbitrage betting, but it's pretty easy to give your signals away if you're betting on really niche markets. That's why I don't bet alt markets. My maximum ROI for pre-match arbs is 10%. I don't have a minimum, right? And you just need to figure that out yourself. What's worth your time? Is it 5% arbs? Is it 3%? Is it 1.5%? Just depends on what you're willing to grind through. And then here we are. Now, on this Julius Randle play, if I only see Onyx, I'm automatically skeptical because if DraftKings change their under to -136, this is not a real play. Okay, it's not out there anymore. So, c'est la vie. You could either just come over here to the three dots, click hide the bet. You have some different options over here in terms of how you want to hide the bet. You could do the whole market, the whole event, Julius Randle bets, or we could just say hide this specific bet. So we'll do that right now. All right, so, some different plays here. Obviously, the NBA really powers a lot of the ARB opportunities. There's not a lot of opportunities. There's not a lot of games going on right now, so there's not much to be had. Same thing here with Reed Shepherd. This is probably fake, unless it's still out there with DraftKings. The Score did update their logo to go back to what they used to look like, so it's not the old ESPN bet kind of colors. So quick update. Not a new sports book. It's just the Score updated their logo, or OddsJam did, one of the two. But yeah, there's not maybe really a ton going on at the moment. So, and if you don't have Hard Rock, like I'm limited on Hard Rock to like $5-10, so this isn't really worth my time. But when you're live arbitrage betting, guys, which you can see, there's some college basketball games going on right now. Number one, the easiest thing that you want to do is just have the stoppage tool set up. The next thing that I like to do is I just have main markets and player props, and then, I don't know, select maybe for me like all my Arizona sports books, okay? And then all I'm going to do is click play. Now, one thing I like to do, percentage, this is where I'll clear it out. I want a minimum of maybe 3%, right? I don't have anything set here in maximum because I'll take a 16% ARB. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the play button. And I'm just going to kind of sit back and I'm just going to chill, right? I'm just going to sit back here and I'm going to say, all right, what's happening right now? What books are pairing up with what other sports books that I know that are going to be really good, right? Maybe we can find some patterns going on right now. If I don't want to see Desert Diamond, Bally Bet, and Bet Rivers, then all you got to do here, guys, is just, click off a Bally Bet. Maybe I click off Desert Diamond. I could just see the Bet Rivers plays. A little bit more condensed. You can see that DraftKings and Bet Rivers is showing up quite a bit right now for this play. Now, when you click on this play, guys, it's going to get pinned right here, okay? And this is an ARB, plus on the over, plus on the under. This is a 15% ARB. You don't have to wager a lot of money to make a lot of money, right? You wager $90 on this ARB, we're making about $17.50. So now that I see that DraftKings is popping up on this college basketball game, or the Score, now Kalshi's popping up, right? I just kind of like to chill here and wait to see who's popping, who's kind of like, matching up with one another. And then I'll go in and I'll log into the sportsbook and I'll say, you know what? Maybe for this session that I'm going to sit down for, maybe I'm just going to live ARB college basketball totals. And that's all I'm going to do, right? Really simple. Or if you want to make things even easier on yourself, say, you know what? I'm just going to go to a minimum of maybe 125 and a maximum of -125. Or maybe I screwed this up, right? Because I get it mixed up from time to time. There we go. All right. Why would I set this up that way? Because now I know when I'm going after the total points market, I don't have to scroll forever to find the plus 300s. It's a really simple odds range. And maybe I'll just wait here to see if anything pops up at all. If nothing pops up in like 2 to 3 minutes, then maybe I expand my odds, right? But this is how you want to start up your live arbitrage. Wait, see what books pop up, then go log into those books, then get ready to start betting. Okay? You can see here DraftKings and BetRivers, Fanatics. All right, you know what? Definitely maybe I just want to log into BetRivers and DraftKings. And there's only a couple of games maybe going on right now, and this is where I want to day trade the books. Okay? Your Fanatics account, guys, even if you're limited, you might be surprised that you could bet maybe $30 to $50 on college basketball totals and spreads. Still could be worth your time. Definitely so. And if you're brand new to live arbing, then you should be using your Fanatics account. You don't want to be wagering $200 on your first arb. Wager $10. Just get a feel for how it goes. But patience is going to be the key. So I want to make sure I spend a little time with my arbors because I don't want to forget you guys. Live arbing, it's awesome. It's fun. It can be a strain on you mentally with your patience. But trust me, if you can snag a few plays at a 5 or 8% clip, it's going to be worth your time. All right, let's look at the EV tool. Let's go over here to some NHL anytime goal scorers and see what's up. All right, we got 5 results. Slavkovsky. Oh, baby. Let's go. Also, for my sleeper people, dude, Ricard Raquel, Stutzel. I don't think I can bet on Sleeper. I have the Sleeper app because I used to play fantasy football over there. I was in a couple dynasty leagues. RIP my fantasy football life because I don't play that anymore. But that's interesting. If that's out there with Sleeper, this could be a market, guys. Definitely. If you have Sleeper and you can straight bet these, get after it. Slavkovsky, though, FanDuel. Again, we have a 29% chance of winning this bet. That's the fair probability. So if you don't like that, no problem at all. Just don't bet it. So I'm going to go log into FanDuel right now. I got about $60 left in my account, so we've got some bets in earlier today. And again, I'm a big believer, guys, in placing these bets in front of you on the stream so that you could see that I'm not BSing you. I'm actually putting my money where my mouth is. Now, I'm not able to put as much money as I used to because, well, the last 40 days have been really rough. But we're off to a nice start today. So Slavkovsky, $45. I'm just going to round up to $50, right? Now, honestly, I have $60 in my account right now, so I'm just going to probably put the full 60 on it because the extra $10, no big deal. All right, Slavkovsky here, $60, plus 260 odds to score a goal. Canadians in the Wild, and there we go. We got it. Cool. Pretty simple. Made a video probably now like a month and a half ago going over my specific filter setup on this market. I actually had a small losing month last January. Even with that losing month, I'm still wildly profitable for the year betting, well, for the season on NHL, betting anytime goal scorers. This Nichushkin play on Bet365, I dig it. I can't remember if I have money or not on Bet365. I was placing some bets earlier today over there, and I can't remember what my balance is. But Nichushkin, looking pretty good. Yeah, I got actually $35 left over. And trust me, guys, if you would have caught me in a stream like a month or two ago, I was betting like $150 to $300. Had a tough month, so we're not betting as much. This is over at Bet365. Really only a Bet365 only play. Shout out to Bet365, back on OddsJam. Nichushkin for the Red Wings and the Avalanche. Where's this game at? Just scroll down here. I could use the one-click bet feature, but honestly, like I could just go right here and do it. I got $35 in the account. We'll hit that up. There we go. We're in. Anything that's 3% or higher is basically an auto bet for me. I don't really overthink it. It's good play. Again, these are long shot plays. To brink it, don't bet it. It's just way, way, way too low of an edge. But for my sleeper people, this could be a positive sign, a very, very positive sign, especially if you can play straight wagers. Like this Stutzel play would be an auto bet for me. Ricard Raquel, obviously I'm a diehard Penguins fan, but like that edge is okay. It's not great. It's right? But that Stutzel play for sure. So let me know, guys, on sleeper, because I have never placed a bet on sleeper. I just know like it used to be DFS. But if you can play straight wagers, this is going to be huge then, because now you have something to actually use your sleeper account for. Typically with OddsJam, there's just not much out there. All right, so let's take a look at the college basketball slate here. We're going to look at Bookmaker, and we're going to use the EV formula. Okay, so we're going to get off of college football. The market should be just point spreads. Let me double check this. Yeah, okay. And then for the EV formula, we're going to go 4 on Circa and a 6 on Bookmaker. And I would love to see if we have anything where they combine together if it's required. Oh, we do. Okay. So for my Profit X people, these are plays, guys, where the point spreads are, the books take the most money on point spreads. Sharp books do. And Circa and Bookmaker take more money than Pinnacle does, typically. Pinnacle's taking $5,000 on Kansas, Texas Tech. Circa's taking $10,500. I can guarantee you Bookmaker's taking at least the same amount as Circa is, if not more. Stop using Pinnacle as your sharp sports book for college basketball, especially for point spreads. Okay? Use them for money lines. My Profit X people, when you have 2 sharp books that agree with this, even though this is a low edge, bet this with confidence. Bet more than $25. Bet more than $10. I would bet a unit to a unit and a half on these plays, especially on this Kansas play. This is top 25 schools going at it. I have way more confidence on this Kansas edge than I do Southeastern Louisiana. Because if you don't know college basketball, the size of Lamar compared to Texas Tech or Kansas, it's like David versus Goliath. There's way more money. So just to give you an example, Pinnacle's taking $500. Circa's taking $2,200 on this point spread on this game. Circa's taking $10,500 on this game. That's a really big difference in confidence. So this edge, you should have more confidence, more belief in compared to Southeastern Louisiana. The goal of these streams, guys, is to really teach you what I'm specifically looking for on OddsJam. And there is no better example of a massive discrepancy than this play on Kansas compared to Lamar and Southeastern Louisiana. This is night and day. While this is an edge, and I have a little confidence in this play, I would be willing to bet 2 to 3, maybe 5 more units on this Kansas play than Southeastern Louisiana. Now, this play could lose and this play could win, right? But my decision-based making here is going to be definitely get some money on this Kansas play. So if you're like me, I can't bet this at plus 106. But wait a minute, I can at 4CX at plus 104. It's an exchange out here in Arizona. You could bet your ass I'm going to go place this wager right now on 4CX. It's out here in Arizona, guys. You can create your own spreads. Now, again, I'm being told to bet $10. I'm going to bet more than that. Okay, I might bet put a 50 spot over here, maybe 75. But Kansas at plus 4, you can see there's 137, and I'm just going to go in for $50. But I definitely like that play because of the confidence behind this, the 2 books. So I'm all right if I only get this at plus 104. Put this in 4CX, $50. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And this play, I might just kind of disregard, right, altogether. Or maybe take it for a little bit less. Idaho State, not really. So this is where the EV builder becomes very helpful. When you have books that agree on a play, you're going to have a little bit more confidence. Now, typically, outside of that, if I brought this down to a 50-50 split, you're probably going to get the kind of the same plays. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm just going to remove Bookmaker. I'm going to bring Pinnacle up into the equation. And now we're just going to look at some money line plays. Okay, because Bookmaker typically doesn't take as much money on money line plays for college basketball as Pinnacle. If you guys want to know what sports book should I use for what sport, all you got to do is figure out which books take the most money on whatever specific market that you're looking to bet. Whoever takes the most money has the most confidence in their odds or projections. So it's pretty simple. Can't get this on Hard Rock at minus 105, but yeah, this is really just a Hard Rock play. That kind of stinks. Justin, it dropped to minus 110 on Onyx. What's going on, Ken? How are you, man? Okay, good to know. Stephen F. Austin on FanDuel, 2% edge here. Pinnacle and Circa, a little off, but they do agree, right? Same, BetOnline agrees as well. This is just way off on FanDuel. So obviously I just bet all my money on Slavkovsky to score a goal, so I'm out of dough. I could put a little bit more in there, which I'm probably going to do right now. I wouldn't mind getting a little Stephen F. Austin there. I'm all right with that. Now again, Pinnacle's only taking $250 here. Circa's taking about $1,000 on this play. Again, guys, it all depends on the size of the school, right? A little different if it's Syracuse and Notre Dame compared to McNeese against Stephen F. Austin. So, yeah, let's do that. And I'll throw this in there. So, $35. It's really hard for me to bet $35 after wagering like so much. So we're just going to go in for 50 bucks on Stephen F. Austin. Highly recommend, guys, on FanDuel. If you don't know where these teams play, you can either use the college basketball play or just type in the search bar here. It's real simple. Stephen F. Austin, 50 bucks, plus 146. Got a good play on the money line there. Very good play. That Circa and Pinnacle are in an agreement with for a 2% edge. So I really like that. Bingo. There we go. If you guys have no vig, hit this up on no vig or ProfitX. I'm good with any three of these sports books. Obviously, in Arizona, I can't bet on no vig and can't bet on ProfitX. I mentioned this before on the stream. Minute Maid, zero sugar, strawberry lemonade, OMG. Gotta know right now. Fun little poll. Gotta know from you guys. What's your favorite lemonade flavor? Taking me a minute to type this out, I'm not going to lie. What am I missing? Let's go with the peach. All right, let's see. Let me know, guys. What's your favorite? Holy Cross looks like that moved right there, so not nearly as good. All right. Let's pause this here. Let's take a look at some NBA player props. See what we got. Where's my save filters here? Let's look at, so we're going to do something similar here, guys. We're going to start off with FanDuel. And if you guys are just tuning in, we hit up some DFS plays on PrizePicks, hit a PrizePicks slip, underdog, better. So we're having a, hit a dabble slip up. We're going through some player props right now. We're going to look at the sharp money tool here in just a moment after these player props just to see kind of what's up. What I'm going to do here, though, is use the EV formula, and we're just going to have a 50-50 split between Pinnacle and FanDuel. If you guys are seeing this, this is the Platinum plan. You have the opportunity here to create your own custom formulas. Now we have a bunch of plays where it's either FanDuel or Pinnacle. Here I'm going to take it to 100%. I want to see Pinnacle and FanDuel agree with each other. This doesn't happen a lot for NBA player props, but we got a couple of plays. Here we go. Eamon Thompson under on his rebounds. Whoa, popping. It's popping. Okay. Rudy, over on points. We talked about this over on, I think it was one of the DFS slips. Rudy over at Canby. This is a 9% edge. FanDuel and Pinnacle, when you take their odds together, they still think it's a 9% edge. If anyone has Polymarket, hit up Julius Randle under on his rebounds. Ant, under on his threes. There's an agreement here between Pinnacle and FanDuel here at DraftKings. Eamon Thompson, under on his rebounds. This is FanDuel and Pinnacle agree. This is almost a 4% edge play. Sports Zeno on Chris Dunn. I might go hit this up on Sports Zeno, even though I'm limited over there. But again, when you see this agreement here, guys, even these lower edge plays, I would have a little more confidence in these plays because FanDuel and Pinnacle are in some type of agreement with their odds. They meet in the middle here. So these are all really solid plays. For Go Bear, I'm going to log in. I have money right now currently in Bet Rivers, guys. I don't know the login, but it's saved on my phone. So I'm going to hit it up over here for as much as they'll let me bet it. Now, again, player props, in my opinion, are overinflated. Their edge is overinflated on OddsJam. Why does that matter? Because then your bet recommendation size is going to be overinflated. So honestly, I would feel comfortable still wagering about $100 on this play, even at my bankroll size currently. So Rudy over on his points to score 10. Let's see what I can get here. If it's still there. Let's see. No. So this moved to minus 114 odds because it was really good. Yeah, and now there's very little edge at all to this play. So that kind of stinks. So we're going to hide the Rudy play because it's gone, but it was real good. The hiding the bet part, I don't know if it really does a good job here, but dang. All right. Almost. What else we got? Jabari Smith Jr. over on his rebounds. Plus odds, DraftKings, Onyx. Let me log into Onyx to see, do we have any kind of, promo today? I forgot to check. And let's see. Yeah, we have a 20% parlay boost on all NBA games. All right, well, I'm in on that. Let's grab this Jabari Smith play for sure. Even if it's a lower edge play, I'm still good with that. We got anything else on Onyx? Not really. Okay. Let's go back here. Let's reset this. Let me go to, I don't know. Let's go to NBA. Let's go to main markets. Do we have anything here for today for DraftKings Onyx? I don't know. It's got to be NBA. That's the only problem. Sportsbook. Let's do this. Let's go to FanDuel and see if we can find some alt markets for player props where there's just a FanDuel only play. So let's clear this out. Go DraftKings Onyx. And then we're going to look at FanDuel. I'll keep this at power. That's fine. Again, when I see these plays here, guys, right here, these are fake plays, okay? Because DraftKings is at, what, -115, and Onyx hasn't changed. So I want to see the plays where, bingo, Chris Dunn, right here, see how these are lined up next to each other? That's what I want, because that's an actual real play. So we're going to take the under on Dunn on his made threes. What was my other play that I had on there? Jabari Smith over on his rebounds. So ideally, I'd like to find a play on the Rockets game, the Timberwolves game, and the Clippers game, because that would give us a traditional parlay that I'm in on, right? And the over 7.5 already moved to like +113. But again, the boost is going to be pretty good. So I'm okay with the boost. So we get one from the Rockets game. Cool. Let's go to the Clippers game. Chris Dunn. Cool. And then what else do we have? Anthony Edwards, under on his rebounds. That's perfect. That's going to make this a traditional parlay, which is what I want. 3 picks on 3 separate events. And I like that. Okay, 20-man boost. What's the max wager size? $30. Not bad. We get this at +643 odds. Odds tells us we should get this at 566. Okay. So I'll take this, guys, and I will share the link with you as soon as, fingers crossed, it goes through. Jabari moved, and Chris Dunn moved, and Chris Dunn moved a ton. Jabari, I can deal with that line movement, but I can't really deal with Chris Dunn, because Chris Dunn just went from -153 to -182. That's huge. So now I need to find something in this Rockets game. No, not the Rockets game. I'm sorry. The Clippers game. Tyrese Maxey on his assist. Kawhi on his points. Okay. FanDuel and Pinnacle are a little bit more in agreement here. So Kawhi on his points. I'd rather do that than Maxey on the assists. Let's look at the Maxey assist. Yeah, they're not in agreement here in either of these books. So I like the fact that Pinnacle is a little bit more in agreement here. Jabari Smith's price is moving up a little bit for us. Kawhi on his points. -108. Add this. Bring it up. Again, small edge play, but we're getting that boost, which will help it. Yeah, looking pretty decent. Even though Kawhi's play moved, I'm still all right with it. Still okay with it. Moved a little bit. Man, is it tough out here, Onyx. You don't make it easy, Onyx. You don't make it easy. All right, so here is that slip. There's the link if you want to check it out. We're in on this play. Kawhi over on points. Ant under on his rebounds. Jabari Smith Jr. over on his rebounds. If you add 2 plays of the same game on this parlay, pretty high chance that you're going to receive some type of correlation nerf. The books really nerf your payouts when it comes to same game parlays if they're linked together at all. Click the plus sign right here. This is added to my tracker. And then again, guys, over on the tracker with OddsJam, because we're going to jump over and look at the Sharp Money tool here. You just come up here to Bet Tracker, click the plus sign, click your odds boost, change this to a 722, and then bingo. Now my play has the correct payout, and everything is encapsulated right here. Okay, Sharp Money tool time. Where are you at? Let's take a look. Let's reset everything. Let's just look for today. I just don't want to see alternate markets. That's really it. Top play. Team Mexico. Doubt if anybody actually can use this sports book. Somebody, though, wants this play at minus 115 odds on the under on the Leafs and the Flames. So, you can get this at ProfitX at minus 119 odds. I'm willing to go 5 to 10 cents off this price where this person wants it at to bet this. Now, the limit's below Pinnacle, but I'm still intrigued. Okay, it's not a bad price at all. I can get this at Bet Rivers at minus 121. And I would say that's where I'm probably going to go. Is I'm going to go over to Bet Rivers and hit this on the Leafs and the Flames on the under 6.5. Let me get rid of overtime really quick, too. I forgot about that. It's a book that for the mainline markets is not very helpful. Okay. Possibly thinking about that one. I kind of like that one. Vince Williams, Sports Zeno. Can we get this? Whoa, okay. Hold up. We can get this at FanDuel right now. I'm out of money. This play on FanDuel right now, guys, is 3 cents off to Sports Zeno, the under 3.5 assists, Vince Williams Jr. This is a go for me. There's $6,000 out here. Somebody wants it at minus 114, minus 115. That's a lot of money. Like FanDuel, if this is real, if actually OddsJam's pulling in the correct pricing, like look at this compared to the rest of the market. I know FanDuel can be sharp, but like, dude, and that's a lot of money on 2 different exchanges. One's ProfitX, one's no vig. Like, yo, I kind of like that like a lot. Vince Williams Jr., I'd put a unit on that play. Going to bypass boomers right now because I don't know who has it. For my flip people that can bet on college basketball, Melvin Council under on points. I don't think any sports book is sharp for college basketball props. I really don't. But if you were to try this out on Flip or Sportsino, it looks pretty decent. Let me stop here and just remove player props for a second. Let me look at the mainline markets. What do we have? Sacramento State. It's 1 cent off. Hard Rock, Ballybet. Moneyline play here. Not a ton of money on this moneyline play, but the odds at minus 106. I can get this at minus 107 on Bet Rivers. Yeah, I'm going to go hit this up on Bet Rivers. Sacramento State. I like this one. This is going to be a Canby Sportsbook play, guys. And this is like a late night game. And I'm going to throw in 75 on this one. I like it. And it's money line, so they'll probably take it. Yeah. Really good stuff there. So I get that at minus 107, which I'm very happy with. It's just a really good price when you start to look at the rest of the market. Bookmakers at minus 122. Pinnacle's minus 115. We're getting this at 9 cents off in a mainline market. Circa's at minus 125. Like, this is a solid play on Sacramento State. What else we got here? Ooh, okay. The liquidity here I don't really care for. $246, I don't care. But to get this at plus 117 odds at Bet 105, which normally copies Pinnacle's odds, this is 6 cents off. Like, it's okay. It's not great, but don't mind it at all. Whoa, okay, hold up. The Timberwolves, hold up. NBA point spread again. This price at BetMGM at plus 155 is still really good. This is really good. It's way off to FanDuel. Timberwolves at minus 10.5. I know that Salt is on the Grizzlies. So, but I'm willing. I mean, this is an underdog odds play here, guys. Even on a limited BetMGM account, I think I got $50 in here right now. I'm going to go throw this $50 on the Timberwolves. We'll see if they'll take it. Timberwolves at minus 10.5. Yeah. All right, it's 155. It's still really good. Will you take my $50 wager? Probably not. Oh, they will? Ho-ho! Let's go! Let's go, baby! I like that. Oh, and the game's on the cock, too. Okay, I can watch it. $50, that's all I got in the account right now with Timberwolves, even on a limited MGM. It's an NBA spread. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But you get a pretty good price there. I like that. Bingo. Courtesy of the Sharp Money Tool. Got some plays here for the NHL. We'll see about that. Let's go back to the player props. See what's up. Talked about Vince Williams. That's really good. I don't know if anyone's using boomers. I think I asked this on a poll earlier, but I'm not really sure. Speaking of the poll, we had, appreciate all 22 voters. 50% said strawberry lemonade. I'm right there with you. 27% the original. What's your favorite lemonade flavor? Strawberry lemonade, 50%. 27% the original, just OG, regular lemonade. 18% said raspberry. 5% said peach. Should have thrown an alt there if you want to like blackberry or anything like that. But appreciate all that voted. I like to keep it fun, keep it fresh from time to time, guys. It's mostly sports betting, but we mix in a couple of things. Nemhard on his points and assists. Lower liquidity here, but again, this is just a nuke on MGM. Good God. I mean, FanDuel's at minus 158. This is 48 cents off on MGM. It's an ARB to FanDuel. Boomers as well, guys. If anyone's using Boomers, I got to take a look at this. Let me get on here to see if I can get on the Boomers Sportsbook. I don't think it is. Looks like it's in Nevada, where Nevada plays to win. Okay. It's the Nevada's newest independent sports book. So here's what I would say, guys. Typically when I go to Vegas, there's not many sports books in Vegas that I feel like I have a serious edge in. Caesars and MGM are really my two. I can't remember if Hard Rock actually operates in there. But Boomers could definitely be a book that if you're in Nevada, this is a book that like, they got some soft-ass lines. I like Boomers. Let's look at Dmitry Orlov. Player points, plus 180 odds on DraftKings. Someone has $1,000. They want this at plus 179. You get this at Caesars. You can get this at DraftKings, even Pinnacle. Kind of interested in this play. Yeah, DK, Orlov to get a point. Again, I will throw something small down Chicago and San Jose. I'll throw like, $50 on this. Something small. You can get a 177 on Onyx. I am logged into Onyx right now. Like, I'm willing to eat the 3 cents. I only got about $26 in the account, but I'll go ahead and hit this up. So where is it at? A lot of NHL games tonight. So many. All right, player points, Dmitry Orlov, 177. All I got's about $26 in this account, guys, but I'm going to throw the rest of it on it. See if we can get it. 175, that's fine. 2 cents off is not a big deal. When it's the sharp money tool, guys, again, I'm willing to go after a range here. So we get Orlov. There we go. And we'll see how that works out. Again, I'm not, I'd throw like a half unit on that play, guys, if I were you. DraftKings has it, but I'm just willing to take it over here at Onyx. No problem. Bit of an bigger underdog, but again, could be a nice little payout there. Jersey's the same thing. Canucks, Mammoth. Looks pretty solid. Jersey at plus 165. Get this at Caesars. You can get this at MGM. Again, you're really putting most of your belief in the fact that, this is a sharp sports bettor that's posting almost $1,000. They want this at plus 162. And so you can get this at a really good price. You can honestly get this filled at pretty much any sports book that you want to. DiVincenzo under on his assists. Again, we're getting a little low here for liquidity for these plays. It's almost a 5x multiplier, guys, which is my bare minimum to hit these up. But they kind of fall in range, right? They kind of fall in range. Jarris Walker on his rebounds. Little long shot play here. Never mind. It's down to 430. Not quite as good. Chinnikov, under on his shots on goal. Okay, this is 20 cents off to FanDuel. DraftKings, MGM. I could get down with that. Someone's posted. A couple different people want this at plus 129, plus 130. You could get that over there as well. Okay. Nice. All right, let's get off this Clippers. And let's finish this up with just some regular NBA player props. What's the DVIG strategy right now? We're using FanDuel. We're using Power. That's cool. Let's make sure that we select all the sports books. All right. So outside of obviously Team Mexico, can we get this out anywhere else on Nemhard? This is a Sportsino only play. All right. Talked about Vince Williams. Chris Dunn on his points and rebounds, -120 if you're not limited. Guys, even if you are limited on MGM, if you can still get down 10, 15 bucks on these plays, it's money, right? It's still, I think, very much worth your time. What else do we have out here? A lot of MGM and a lot of Sports Zeno, naturally. Talked about this play on overtime, guys. Even though it just disappeared. Overtime for player props. I've been finding some nice value. Let's see where overtime lies. Talked about this book. It's really solid. Give us some player props. Reed Shepard over on his rebounds and assists. This is a market that only FanDuel offers. And so, this is the same odds as BetMGM. You want to get similar odds to BetMGM? Go check out Overtime. It's an online crypto exchange. Now, at least to my knowledge, you can't create your own pricing over there. But again, they normally have anywhere between $75 to about $200 in liquidity on these player props, and you can hit these up. And so I really, really like it. So kind of to give you an example of it, again, I don't know if I'm going to get a slap on the wrist here by YouTube because it's kind of an offshore book. But I got about almost $60 in the account. So to kind of show you what's up, Reed Shepard, this is the same price as MGM. So all you're going to do, I'm going to come over here to basketball, and I'm going to throw this up here. And this is the overtime account. We're looking for what? Rebounds and assists. So I just got to scroll down a little bit. And points and assists, points and rebounds. Here we go. Reed Shepard. We're taking his over 6.5. Double check. Yep, -105. I'm getting a bit of a discount, guys, at -104 because I'm using the overtime token. I'm just going to put everything that I got in there, and we're going to buy this over 6.5. Dun, 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 dun. Bingo. There we go. Now, if you're like, what is this, Billy? Because I use the overtime token, this is effectively $57 that I'm betting on this. The overtime token has a different conversion rate, right? But we're in on this play. So check out Overtime, guys. Solid sports book that I've been using. Got this at a discounted price, which is nice to see, for $57. If you have questions, it's crypto, could be a little confusing. It takes USDC. Takes some other coins as well, but USDC is kind of the most popular one that you can kind of make your deposits with. So I don't have a code. I think I got a code. I forget about that. If anyone does sign up with Overtime, I forgot about that. Here's the link if you want to check it out. I don't know what they give me or whatever I give, but it's a nice book, especially if you're in Texas, California, Florida. This is another option for you. That's an exchange with crypto, so they're not going to limit you because it's an exchange. So it's another limitless type of book that you can bet whatever you want to on. The big difference is it takes crypto. So that's Overtime. All right, guys, that's where I'm going to pause the stream for today. I'm kind of out of gas, out of breath. I got to go get some dinner. But we're going to be doing this again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. Tune in. We're going to have a lot more action going on. Focusing on some more Super Bowl bets as we inch closer to the Patriots and the Seahawks matchup. Otherwise, have an awesome Monday night. May you win all of your bets. Have the greatest night of sports betting tonight. Let's have a night, Dub Club. Otherwise, take care, guys. Enjoy your evening.